Lionel Andres Messi. Timeless, limitless, regardless of. I was trying to write there, but Messi is doing a madness again. He's doing a madness again. So when I was watching him play, and obviously I watched Ronaldo play in Nations League. To people that think that even though these players are like of age now, if you think they can't still play in Europe and still play on decent sides, I think you're mistaken. But we're going to get into Inter Miami beating Porto yesterday, which honestly speaking shocked me, and I'm pretty sure it shocked a lot of you guys watching it. Before we get into that, welcome football fans, football lovers. If this is your first time on the channel, if you saw the link on your friend's page or on Instagram story, anything, welcome aboard. I'm Jeff, and I'm the co-host for the Beyond Night mini podcast, and co-host regarding our two, right? That's what I thought. That's what I thought. But Casey hasn't been around for a while, but he'll be back soon. So then again, the normal episodes will to be back as usual, maybe like a couple weeks. So let's see how that goes. So because of that, I didn't want to leave you all hanging, you know. I still enjoy to do this. I like to talk about football. So because of that, recently I'm putting out like 10, 15, 20 minute videos where I basically just react to like the latest games, the latest news, the latest transfer news and everything. I just get your thoughts on everything. So where do we start? Right. So if I get into the Messi thing, right, I'm pretty sure some of you are those Messi fanboys that just clicked on here. We'll get onto Messi in a minute. So before I started this show, I saw here we goes for Kerkez, and obviously for Liverpool, that's Kerkez, that's Wirtz, that's Frimpong. There's one more. Kerkez, Wirtz, Frimpong. There's one more. I can't remember who the one more is. I'm seeing they're linked to Gehi. I'm seeing they might be interested in Isak. How do other teams compete? Because Liverpool won the league and they've spent the most amount of money than anyone. And people are like, how can they be spending that much money? How can they do this? The truth is, if you watch Liverpool, right, you've seen a lot of seasons where they've dominated, right, where they've been challenging for the title with like Man City and everything. The one season they did win to 2020. If you notice, the season after that, they had a mediocre season. I think they finished like 4th or 5th, which by Liverpool standards isn't good enough. As a Manchester United fan, I'll take that any day of the week. But as a Liverpool fan, it isn't good enough. Same thing when they won the Champions League as well. The next season, they weren't really in the mix to win the Champions League again. So I think what Liverpool are trying to do, right, is similar to what Alex Ferguson used to do a lot of Manchester United. Just because you win doesn't mean you shouldn't spend. Because it is a common saying. People say it's a lot easier to reach the top. Like, what's actually hard to stay in there? Because Liverpool realized, right, that obviously they were the best team last year, right? But Man City were terrible last year. Arsenal weren't as good as they have been in previous seasons last year. So they realized that, yes, they were the best team. Yes, they played the best football. Yes, they have the best players. But something has to be improved. Because especially when you saw in that Champions League game, there was something missing. Because it became a sort of like thing a lot of teams started doing, where in the latter half of last season, if you take Salah out of the game, Liverpool become a little less ruthless, a little less powerful, a little less imperious as Liverpool usually are. So what have Liverpool done? Wirtz, Isak, potential. Imagine if that happens. You know, Trent has gone. Frimpong, very, very good right back. And Trent, by the way, had his stinker. But I don't think, obviously, Liverpool fans want to hate on him and everything, but I just think they should relax. Relax. I think Trent is going to get better. But Kerkez, one of, in my opinion, the best left backs in the league like last year. Because with Robertson, I've noticed Robertson has been dwindling a bit. So getting Kerkez in is awesome. And I look over, right, at Arsenal, who finished second. And I'm hearing reports of them selling Partey. Because the way I look at it is very, very simple. If you're an Arsenal fan, you realize that you need to win the league next year. You have to, at least you need to win something, whether it be an FA Cup. But then is the FA Cup even enough? But the FA Cup is something, you know, whether it be the Champions, whether it be the Premier League. And getting Zubimendi makes you better. But you really want to get Zubimendi along with what you have. You don't want to get Zubimendi and let Partey go. And I'm hearing links to like Barcelona, all that thing like that. Imagine if a Premier League club goes and gets Partey. Like, I would wish Manchester United would go and get Partey. Like, why can't a Premier League team go and get Partey? Or what if Partey goes somewhere else and does very well? So you're trying to improve your team, you're trying to sign for a title. And what you've done is you've removed basically one of your two best midfield players last season and brought another one in. Doesn't that sort of leave you at like the same point? Obviously, Partey he's a lot advanced in age than Zubimendi is. But there are certain games where you probably do not want to play an Odegaard, or certain games where maybe your Rice isn't fit, maybe where you want to play both of them in the midfield, Mendy and Partey, and now that's not going to be the case. So the Arsenal get themselves another midfielder, considering the fact that they've been spending all this time going to get their striker and they haven't gotten their striker yet. So how do you win the league next year? How do you win Champions League next year? Barcelona are getting better. They're about to sign Nico Williams. Liverpool are getting a heck of a lot better. Imagine if they get Isak. Imagine if they get Isak. What happens then? Man City, Reinders, Cherki. There's one more. Why do I keep forgetting the last sign? Reinders, Cherki. There's always one more. Why do I forget? Also, Mamouche is going to be a lot better this season. He's going to be adjusted more. And how will Arsenal compete? Arsenal are going to get in top 4. I don't think that is any debate. Arsenal are going to get in top 4. But you need to get moving quickly. Because sooner or later, you look around, it's July 20-something, and you see all the good players have been taken. Right. Messi fanboys, we'll talk about Messi. Just getting through a couple things really quickly. So, very, very interesting though. If you're a fan, right, I do plan on doing an episode a couple weeks from now, one player every single team should sign. So before that happens, just drop something in the comments, like which player do you want your team to sign? Because next thing I want to talk about is Chelsea, right? Because I find Chelsea very, very interesting because we've obviously seen the aggression which Todd Bowley entered the transfer window with, where he's like, he buys. But this season, right, I think Chelsea have to be a little bit more pragmatic, a little bit more thoughtful, a little bit more exact and precise in what they need. Obviously, Delap is a good signing, 100%. But what is the goal for next season? Are you planning on challenging next season? Then go and get us, man. Go and add something to that midfield. Do something about your defense. That'll be all I have to talk about Chelsea. Barcelona pursuit of Nico Williams, like it's wow. The rich get richer, don't they? You see, I was guilty of this myself, right? I was one of those people that when I first saw the news, I'm like, where's Rafinha going to play? And I have the same issue with Manchester United fans asking that where's Mbappe going to play, where's Rafinha going to play, because there's Xerxes and there's Mount and there's this. People don't realize that, for starters, Rafinha could break his ankle and literally miss the whole season, right? Or there's nothing wrong with having two squads, two starting 11, because Rafinha could be having a bad game. I saw it with Barcelona last year. Look at the game they went out against Inter. Rafinha wasn't playing that well. But like, who else is there? Ferran Torres? No, he's decent, but like he isn't the quality of Nico Williams. Or how about Ansu Fati? He's not that guy anymore. So I think Barcelona are being very, 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 very smart in saying we could rest where we are, right? We could say, okay, we almost won the Champions League, we almost reached Champions League final, we won the league, we won all the cups. Like, we just do it again next year. But no, similar to Liverpool, they realize that Real Madrid are going to get better. Look at Trent, look at Hoyson. There's probably Stiller comes in, and maybe another forward again for Real Madrid. Mastantuno as well. So they realize there's no time to waste time. We need to go. And that's exactly what Arsenal need to do. That's exactly what I expect my club Manchester United to do, because Cunha is coming in, right? In Bremer, I don't even know what's going on with Bremer. Like, are we going to sign? Are we not going to sign him? I don't even know at this point. But more. Because if you're down, right, you're in a race, and the people that are ahead of you are getting their glucose boost, they're getting their glucose, they're running faster than you. You cannot stay in that position. You need to keep up. You need to keep up to even stay where you are, because you can't even say staying in one position, right, and like resting what you have or being still transfer window going to guarantee you the position you finished last year. No, because look behind you, teams are getting better, so you need to get better as well. That's what I'll say. I'm not going to talk about Man U too much because it's just been joy around Manchester United. Like, who are we actually going to sign? Let's just wait until it happens. I saw Mudryk, by the way, got tested for taking performance enhancing drugs. Oh wow! What this is equivalent to? This is equivalent to like you having an exam and then like you like carry a book inside or you cheat or whatever and you still feel like, don't it need for you to be using performance enhancing drugs, if true of course, which they found him guilty, so I don't think I'll say it's true. And you've been playing like that for Chelsea. Like, so what are you like without jokes? Like, I find Mudryk very interesting because with Mudryk, we all watched Mudryk in Shakhtar, and Mudryk looked exceptional. We all saw Mudryk in that first match against Liverpool for Chelsea where he looked very, very good. But again, it just happened where not every single player can adapt with the speed and physicality of the Premier League. Now, do I think that's what prompted Mudryk to go and take the drugs? I don't know. But like, at least play well. And like, if you found out he was playing well, but let me think of the player that's playing well. If he comes out that last year Mo Salah was taking performance enhancing, it would just be like, okay, no wonder he was so good. But at least with Mo Salah is good before. I'm thinking of this player that's like, okay, look at Rafinha. Rafinha is perfect. If he came out that Rafinha took performance enhancing drugs last year, everyone will be like, oh, fair. No wonder he was that good. But like, when it's Mudryk, you're like, damn, bro. Like, you probably took the fake thing. You probably took the fake stuff, and now you're getting done for it, which is sad, to be honest. The Chelsea go and get. I think Chelsea want to get another winger. They probably should, I guess, because I don't really think with Sancho going and obviously this thing with Mudryk, I don't really think they really nailed down someone for that left wing. So let's see what they eventually go out and do. Now, time to talk about Messi. Because with Messi, right, I'm a Ronaldo fan myself. I'm a very, very strong Ronaldo fan. But I don't subscribe to this whole thing that's going on Twitter where you see Messi fans and Ronaldo fans. Like when Messi scored free kick yesterday, some people were like, oh, it was an easy free kick. Anybody could score that. Anybody could this because the keeper is shit. I'm a type of Ronaldo fan, right, that when Messi does something exceptional, I say it. Because I'm not one of these stupid people out there where, you know, you're a Messi fan and you're a Ronaldo fan, right? And if you're listing your greatest players of all time, I'm calling you Ronaldo fan, you put Ronaldo at 1 and Messi at 5. I'm calling you a Messi fan, you put Messi at 1 and put Ronaldo at like 6 or 7 or 5. Two of them are the best players to ever play the game. And the World Cup doesn't necessarily change that. Who do I think is better? I think Ronaldo is better, but it's a personal choice. Because let's put it this way, right? If in 2022 Ronaldo had won the World Cup, Messi fans will still be Messi fans. Messi fans will still say Ronaldo, Messi is the GOAT. Yes, and whether or not you choose to deny it, you will say that Messi is still the GOAT. Because it's not just about what they win at this point. Like, what haven't they won? Apart from the World Cup for Ronaldo's case, but like, they won everything. So if you're going to make your decision on who the GOAT was, you didn't make that 2 years ago or 3 years ago. You made it years back when they were both in their primes. So you stick with it. What am I driving? I'm driving at the point that I watched Messi yesterday, and personally, I don't think Porto were very good. I think Porto were pretty shit. But it's a tight game, right? It's 1-1. Inter Miami didn't really create much before that. And honestly speaking, we all know he was going to score. As the most passionate Ronaldo fan, I know Messi is a better free taker than Ronaldo, right? And look at the record, 68 free kicks. He's almost about to break the record. I think he just needs like 9 more, which actually is a lot, to be honest. But it isn't an easy free kick. I don't know why everybody gets this idea of when people score free kicks. It's not easy to score a free kick. It isn't. How many free kicks do people actually score? Like, when was the last time you actually saw a good direct free kick? You don't see many of them, especially when it's close to the wall like that. There isn't time to get over the wall and put it back down. So what does he do? He deceives the keeper, making the keeper think it's going the other way. He just puts it to the other corner. It's class. It's experience. Even some touches showed yesterday, like you can still see that even though he's not the Messi we used to, even though he doesn't have that pace, his feet still move really, really quickly. He can still wiggle out of tight spaces. He can still make good passes. Look at the pass he gave Suarez that Suarez messed up. Messi looks good, and Suarez on the other hand looks washed. Looks washed, but Messi still looks good. And I see people, right, and I'm going to mention Ronaldo in this because a lot of people were adamant the fact that Ronaldo was the problem for Manchester United. You know, both of them are washed, this and that. Could Messi and Ronaldo still play in the Premier League? And a lot of people are going to say no. But you say no, but you do realize that Haaland plays in the Premier League. Mudryk was playing in the Premier League. Sterling plays in the Premier League. So what are we doing here? I'm not saying they're going to come back to Europe. What I'm just telling you is that they won't be here for much longer. I'd imagine the 2026 World Cup is the last time we're probably going to see, at least Ronaldo for sure. Enjoy them. Nobody cares about Ronaldo versus Messi. Messi was speaking about Ronaldo yesterday, and he was like, he really respects Ronaldo. Ronaldo did the same a couple weeks ago. I don't really care about this rivalry anymore. If Ronaldo wins something, it isn't Ronaldo versus Messi rivalry anymore, because everyone has made their mind up. It is what it is, and maybe that Super Ballon d'Or is going to be what decides who is the better player. But just admire what they are doing. You see Messi scoring yesterday, he's still celebrating. He's 37 years of age. He's been a professional footballer for 20 plus years. He has scored 68 free kicks for bigger teams in bigger stages. And look at how he's celebrating. Look at how Ronaldo celebrated when he won Nations last week. You're not going to see anybody like them again. Because if you say, okay, it was Pele, you didn't watch Pele. None of us watched Pele. Maybe some of you watched Maradona. No, you didn't watch Maradona. Maybe some of you watched Maradona. But everybody knew Maradona wasn't as consistent as Messi and Ronaldo have been or whatever. No. And you're not going to see it again. You think, okay, you're saying Mbappe. Mbappe isn't half of what Ronaldo just because Mbappe broke his record. No. You think Lamine Yamal is going to be like Messi? I don't think so. He could be if he works really, really hard, but I don't think so. Enjoy them both. Just enjoy them both. So it was just a quick one, guys. You guys could do me a favor, like, subscribe, and I'll see you back for the next one. So let me know what you guys think about, like, which players you want your club to sign. What do you guys think about Liverpool's transfer madness? Thoughts on Arsenal selling Partey, and where do you think Partey should go? I want to make this Messi thing. And let me know about the Club World Cup, what you guys are thinking about it, because so far I think it's been decent. So I'll say there's some games today, but honestly speaking, nobody cares. So see you guys on the next one. Peace.